Hello, Sports Follow here, and today we're bringing you a review of the Warrior Skreamers. And the first thing you're going to notice about this boot is that it's a very unique looking boot, which you're Warrior are kind of a company that have just come in like this last season. They sponsored Liverpool's new jersey, so they seem to be breaking through a bit, and now they've made these boots, the Warrior Skreamers, and they look high quality to me. They look good enough and everything like that. So I'll just run through the colorway and then I'll talk about the boot itself. The colorway is marigold. It's called a marigold colorway, but you have this kind of a bright blue and navy color here. So the bright blue bit is this one layer synthetic that goes throughout the whole boot, and the rest of it's just add-ons. So everything underneath is bright blue, underneath these pads is bright blue, all around is bright blue. Then you have this kind of a spider webbing thingy here. It's this kind of a navy colour. In my opinion, that looks kind of cool, the way it runs through the whole boot. You can see there that it goes around the heel and everything, and it just goes through there and around there. And then the second thing in the in the navy colour is the pads. These are a bit like lethal zones, I think, and there's kind of section here is for passing, this kind of section here is for striking, this first touch and dribbling. It's kind of a bit like the lethal zones, I think. Another unique thing I saw with this boot is these cutouts in the heel and in the tongue there, if you can see that. You got them in the heel and you got them in the tongue there. Now we'll move on to the sole plate and stud patterns. Okay, so you have your 3 bladed studs there on each side, your 1 sports stud in the middle, and they're molded. Then 3 molded there with your sports stud in the middle, another molded 3 there, and then you've got your 4 bladed studs in the back. We can see that they're nice and flexible. They're not very stiff. I'll just compare the stiffness of them to the Mercurial Vapor 8s here, just so you can see that the 8s, when I push them down, you just get this tiny bit of movement. And see up there that I'm using a bit of force. And this one here, I'll just do them both at the same time. I'll try doing them at the same time. You can see there. So, these are more tight fitting at the end of the day. They're more wide cut through the midfoot than these. And you see the toe box on these is very narrow, if you can see there. There's not a big hump like usually. It's very tight fitting in there, but it's wide through there, as you can see. These boots are, one of the first things I noticed about these boots, which I was kind of disappointed in, they were super, super stiff. They're still very stiff. You can see that. They're nearly just like cardboard when I push down on them. But after breaking these in, I wore them to training a few times and just kicking shots around my house, and they're just fine. They're fine now. They're kind of comfy, but you're not going to get anything as comfy as the Mercurial Vapor 8 or my Tempo Legends. But these are not that comfortable yet, so maybe a few more training sessions and matches and stuff, and they might be broken in more. You just see there, I'll just do a quick comparison. You just look at that now, how soft that is, and I'm doing this at the same time. You can just see how much more soft that is. When I push down, I kind of just, this one, I have to use like a lot of force to push that one down, and this one I just have to go like that. The next thing I'm going to move on to is the insoles. These are something I thought was very, very disappointing for a high-end soccer shoe, but look, you're not going to get everything. This is a boot I was surprised with at the start, but I was surprised with these at the start because they're good enough, they're quite good. You can see it. There's no that's a comparison between the Mercurials ones. The Mercurial one, you have this kind of a suede finish, and it's very nice, and air holes and everything. And this one is just like nearly an insole on a shoe, if you know what I mean. It's kind of just, look at that, it's just here. I had to pull them out as hard as I could because they're stuck in as well, which I didn't like. The Mercurial ones, there was no glue on them. You just slip them back in nice and easy there like that. And these ones you have to kind of, you know, work them in. But one thing I found very good about this shoe is the lacing system. You can see that they're asymmetrical, off-center, if you didn't know what that means. They're off-center lacing, so you've more instep there to shoot with. And you've got these round laces opposed to these like really thin, kind of lightweight laces. But that's something I just personally prefer. The only other thing I would criticize about this boot is the studs. They're very, very thick altogether. If you can, I'll just compare these here now. They're very long and very thick. They're kind of very bulky, if you know what I'm saying. That's not something I'm very into really. So, that's it for my video today. Out of 10, I'd give these boots a rating of 7 because a few elements surprised me and then a few elements took away. The elements that surprised me were these kind of pads here at the front. They enhance your grip a lot actually. When you're striking the ball, they kind of grip it more, easier to get curl and everything. And I like the asymmetrical lacing there and there. And the things that took away were the big chunky studs, and as I said earlier again, the insoles. So that's it for my review of the Warrior Skreamers. Like, subscribe and all that stuff. Leave video ideas down in the comments. I'll have a play test up of these soon, and I still have to make part 2 of them. So thanks for watching, and like, subscribe and all that stuff.